I think so. I mean, it says we're live, but I'm waiting for it to come
Doing
up
hitting the
on
like button.
YouTube. I say, you guys keep on talking in that stuff. See if this pops up here. I hope it does.
I think it'll be between your PG-13 version and Cuz's, where I think you will see like people getting impaled with it, like in the movies, like the last movie, like Logan.
See, now that would be good.
We are live.
Yeah, because I think that fits in between both of you guys as far as violence and style of game.
Nice and mid, just like we're used to on PlayStation.
I want to see blood and guts.
Yeah,
I see the whole lot.
Yeah,
I want to see limbs getting cut off, and just whatever he does, especially within the comics and that stuff. I mean, he's ultra violent, with the X-Men, but on Old Man Logan and everything else, I mean, it is just he's brutal as hell in that. That's what I want to see. But like you guys are saying, I don't know if it's because it's Sony, it's Marvel. I mean, do you really want to go that far? But here's the thing. I never thought that Daredevil and Punisher and Jessica Jones would ever end up on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's seen the second season of Daredevil, and when they introduce the Punisher, and then what he does to that guy, I think it's down in the or something.
Yes.
I mean, my God.
Listen,
like
the second season of the Punisher, when he works in the construction site, and he goes on them dudes when he was trying to kill the Latino guy. He went crazy on them cats, and I'm sitting here like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Punisher. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. The Punisher has to be the same way. He can't be this PG-13 guy. He's got to be this. He has to be in the instance of what the mafia would do to you. He has to be that equivalent.
Right.
So it sends a message to them like, yo, you don't want to mess with this guy.
I'm silent.
All right, but let's play devil's advocate.
Okay.
We're talking about them transferring
his audio. All right. Well, we'll.
Welcome to the sound.
Awesome. Let me see here.
I want to hear what he had to say about devil's advocate too.
Oh yeah, Bushido, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Who's that? Who was saying about devil's advocate?
Llouck.
Me.
Oh, okay.
Me. Bro,
finish up, Llouck, and then I'll get into
my fault. It's for the habit. My bad.
Let him have it. Give it to him. Give it to him, Bushido.
Man.
As
you
I was
have
saying,
one slip of the tongue.
You're in the chat.
It's very easy it's easier for Disney to transfer stuff over, but I don't think they have the courage to make it themselves. I don't think that they would do it.
Okay, go with me this. Go with me on this then. So they purchase Fox. Now that they have Fox, do you think that Disney is going to let Aliens stay dormant?
No, there's actually a Hulu. I don't know if it's a series or
you talking about Prey?
There is
something Prey?
Coming out with aliens.
You talking about Prey?
No.
Oh, that's Predator. I'm thinking Predator. Okay.
Yeah, they do have.
Hey, isn't that Fox too? Prey is Fox too.
Yeah, that's all Fox.
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this, Lou. No. You made your statement already. You're going to listen for a second. So
you asked me a question. Let me answer. You asked me a question. I will answer the question.
Wait, I did ask a question. I didn't ask the question yet. What was the question?
You asked me if Fox was going to stay dormant because
actually was aliens going to aliens or and Predator, yeah.
Dude, Aliens is not part of Marvel.
Yeah, but they're purchased by Disney though.
Main wife,
but they're owned by Disney.
Sidekick, all right?
But they're owned by Disney.
Regardless, Disney knows what Marvel is and what their vision is for Marvel. And that's not the same vision that they have for a horror franchise. Come on, dude.
Yeah, but Wolverine is violent. I mean, that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
It's just like Deadpool.
Sure.
in the comics,
You
in
can-
the movies,
You're
everything.
gonna do R-rated. They've already said it that Deadpool is gonna be R-rated. They wasn't gonna change that. So if Deadpool's gonna be R-rated, why
Said
would you?
Wolverine's mature at least. So
Yeah,
you know.
at the very least. At the very least.
All right. Well, Bushido, the good thing here is that we had a nice drawn out chat about this. So when Wolverine comes out, we're not gonna forget that we had this chat.
Oh, I'm definitely not. Oh, I'm definitely not.
Brilliant.
Oh no! I'm pinning this one. I'm putting a pin in this one.
I hope that you're humble enough to give me my dub when Wolverine comes out and it's not super graphic. I hope that you're humble enough to give it to me. If you're not, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna demand it. I get so many. I'm not in need of one.
I
He
understand.
didn't get a W on his show today, though, from Cozy.
What?
He didn't get a W from on your show today with Cozy and that stuff when you were starting to go into the woman thing and.
Oh no, you did.
Being quiet,
Yes, I did.
I guess sort of.
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
I did, and she didn't get offended. You see what happens with these narratives that we see on TV and on social media and stuff. We get super conscious, but the people themselves, the people that are being painted out to be victims, don't feel that way. She wasn't offended. She actually thought it made sense, and she answered me like it was a regular, normal question. We are the ones pussyfooting around it, pun intended, when the women themselves are like, no, this is just a random question that makes sense when someone asks it.
Can I make a throw a little caveat in there?
Now I'm going to get into the intros.
Yeah, I want to make put a little caveat in there. Would you agree that Cozy is, for lack of a better word, metaphorically, a different animal?
That's
We're all different
disrespectful, bro. It's different.
I'm just saying. She's a different bird, right? She's a different bird, right?
She's
so
not,
sexist,
all
bro. So sexist.
They're all very different. Trust me. They're all very different.
Listen. They might be like that in
they
the
should all
motherland,
be in the kitchen.
but over here,
let's not pussy far around.
Wow.
That is out of order. That is out of order. Like Cozy would say, sir.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm married, man. I'm alive.
Oh man.
Hey, triple
yeah, man. Especially
quiet. How you doing?
Now listen, Cozy a different chick, man. I don't know if I can lock that in as the consensus. You know what I mean?
I'm married.
Ham,
One of
help
them
me out with
different
this. Ham, help me out with this. Why you just sitting there being quiet? You know I'm right, man. You know I'm right. Wow, you really botting.
Yeah, he's really botting.
It's a good thing he wasn't saying that.
Isn't Wise supposed to be on another show?
Oh,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, okay?
Okay. He's supposed to be on another show too.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in
You're
here.
wrong.
I just want to
you're
come
wrong.
in here.
Am I good now?
Yes. Ham.
Cozy says you're wrong, but
Wait.
Huh? Oh, Cozy said I'm wrong?
Yeah, she says Bushido is wrong. I'm not sure what that relates to,
listen. One thing I know about Cozy is
really. I mean,
Cozy likes to say the opposite just because, so I can't lock that in either.
No, it relates to everything. He's just wrong.
I'm not trying to be a spread on somebody's fucking dinner plate.
Retro, throughout the show, whatever Bushido says, right? It's just wrong. Just go with it.
Bushido's right a lot most of the time, you know. So.
Oh my god.
Dude, you know what?
He's right wing. He's right wing.
Llouck, last time we had you on the show, I was like,
Llouck.
face room. Oh, go to hell. Who cares?
Oh my
god.
You know.
The disrespect. God damn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Funky Cole Medina, all that crap. Yeah. I
Have to go
yeah,
on
we know,
Mucho.
man.
we
Gonna
know,
come
we
in
know
there with
you.
that
We know,
attitude.
we know you
Jesus.
like we know you like to do the wild thing, Llouck. Okay, so anyhow.
Don't lie.
What is the
But it's-
wild thing?
Anyhow.
See,
All right. Wait a minute.
No, but my point being, let me say my point. I was
Say
like,
your
okay.
point, because I got to get through this. I don't know how
Okay.
long these guys have in that stuff. So
So
go,
I was
go.
like, okay, he reminds me of somebody. I've seen this man before. And then it hit me. You're that Old Spice guy.
What?
The fuck?
You know
What
the
is
Old
going
Spice
on
guy.
right now?
I am not. The dude that just is holding the Old Spice thingy and the shit's just happening around him and he's super cool. No, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, because
My
he's
uncle.
cool.
God damn.
We're
good
related.
looking.
He's
Well,
my
shit.
uncle.
There goes
I'm not him.
there goes a little bit of respect I have for you. Shit. All right.
Yeah,
Hands
and
cool.
dude's good looking. So yeah.
Cozy, settle down. The dude is just good looking because he shaves all the time. Cozy says all blacks do not look alike. I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know. I'm not 100%
right.
with you.
Let's get the
Nice
the ball
mustache,
rolling here
Cozy.
and that stuff. This is the Doomslayers Den episode 49, 50, something like that. 50. We've hit halfway through 100 and that stuff. So that
69.
that's great.
I mean, if we can't keep count, how are we supposed to, bro?
What?
If you can't keep count, how are we supposed to?
Well, it's right in front of my face, but I was looking at something else on the other screen. So
That's
sorry
what
about
she
that.
said. Right in front
It's
of
number
your face.
50. How's everybody doing tonight? Good evening and that stuff. We have a returning guest and a first-time guest, but they're actually both on the same podcast and that stuff. So it's an honor and that stuff to have these guys here. Wise won't be here much longer. He's going on to another show, so he's fired tonight. Jim, he can't get his sound right, so we don't know what happened to him. He'll be jumping in, and then we might have a special guest jumping in later on in that stuff. So, yeah, it's Friday night. It's Doomslayers Den, so let's get to it. Introducing one of the two guests, and I don't even, you know what? Look, I'm not even going to say you're a guest anymore. You're just, a part of this whole thing. So I'll introduce you, but I wanted to introduce the other panel member that you have. He is on, which the show was on right before us, TSWS. And then he also has a show called Behind the Sticks, which is very good. I think you've done Boomstick. You've done, oh my God, I can't remember the guy from
Jim Ryan, Phil Spencer.
Wow. Yo, that's incredible right there.
He's wrong. I didn't do that.
Oh, shit. Did somebody give him buttons?
That was not me. Just letting these guys know that's not my sound. Hey,
Who else has got buttons?
I love the sound effects and that stuff. So if you want to go right ahead and play as many as you want tonight and that stuff. I love that stuff. But introducing Hamsolo, first time guest. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing fairly well. I got a lot going on tonight. I'm really trying to finish Plague Tale, and that's why I was botting for a second just a moment ago. For some reason, when I launch my Xbox games from my launcher or whatever, it specifically with those games, it just bots anytime I try to get into like a third-party app, whether it be this Discord or even no. I don't think it has any problem with its own actual party. I think it's just literally any third-party apps. So it's kind of weird. But
I'm just hoping everything works out good with Restream, because we've had our little issues here and there and that stuff with Restream. So hopefully everything works tonight.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean that's part of having a PC is like, especially when you're like me, I don't know every single thing about my PC whatsoever. I just know not to not to put too much crap on it, and also to keep it clean. So
As
I mean
long
that's
as
what
my
I do.
PC can take me to Pornhub, I'm good.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
He's messy. but yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm the one that has the soundboard. I was just messing around with that because Llouck came out being disrespectful for no reason, talking about Jim Ryan and all this other stuff. And you know
I
what,
am
Llouck?
predicting
You want to
your
get
bright
messy this
future.
podcast. I mean,
Not
we just got
messy.
done having a podcast where we were cool. But if you want to start getting messy, we can start getting messy. We can do
I like
this.
this, man. I like this.
I'm just eating popcorn
No.
right now.
No, Bushido doesn't like it messy. He likes it
IGN, Madden Loving
Oh
Llouck over here.
I like messy.
Yeah. Go look up Llouck's review on Madden. It's like it's a next level experience.
I reviewed.
Really?
It's a next level experience.
I reviewed the career mode.
He reviewed the career mode and he was just blown away.
I think what Bushido means is he doesn't like it messy. He likes it sloppy. So it's okay. Same thing.
All right, let's get on with the rest of the show here. Introducing our other guest, which I said he's really not a guest. He's been on 3 times.
He's nothing.
So
you're right.
He's part of, especially
he's out there in Texas.
Bushido
with an African accent. That's what he's doing.
Llouck, they keep calling you Llouck. It's Llouck.
Actually, Llouck is this white guy named Bubba living in Louisiana.
Oh my
God.
He's going full white base.
Hey guys, I'm gonna split. Y'all have a great show. I'll see you next Friday.
Yes, right.
All right, Wise, have a good one, man.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Llouck, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing.
How are you
fantastic.
doing?
I'm doing very good, guys. I haven't been playing games for like 7 days now. Work has been hectic, but it's also been very gratifying. I tried to play Scorn. Well, I did play Scorn, and then the first gun that I got was very.
Oh, here we go.
It was pretty mid, and
oh my goodness.
I was already struggling for time to play games, so I was just like, "Fuck it, let me just go to work." And I've already preloaded the game that's streaming right now, Plague Tale, but I still haven't played it. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I'm good professionally, but in terms of like my gamer side is very frustrated right now. I'm seeing everyone just playing games, and I really want to be playing games.
I really didn't think that in the motherland I use profanity the way you do. I don't know if that's something that Americans rubbed off on you.
Did I swear?
But...
I didn't swear.
No, you did. You did.
What
did.
What I say?
I don't swear, so I can't repeat it. So anyway, I'm just saying I didn't think that they swore in the motherland.
You were fibbing on me.
Yeah, if we got a problem with swearing now, because if that's the case, I may quit now.
Also,
no, that's only the motherland. That's only the motherland.
I mean, like technically, it's my culture. You would be, picking on me because of my culture.
I think that would be appropriate in your culture. Yeah, that wouldn't even be right. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
It wouldn't be nice,
For anyone that doesn't know, you can swear in African languages as well, and people do swear in African languages.
Let me get one.
What?
Yeah, here's a good one.
If listen, shut your window so they don't hear you. Let me hear one. I want you getting arrested.
I'm in Texas. I'm not really in Africa, so I'm not gonna say anything. Doomsayer, carry on.
When did you get statewise?
All right.
I was going to repeat whatever you said to me man, just to see.
His slang is wrong and his lies are long. Deep in the heart of Texas.
His lies are long.
I will have you know I'm not a
All
right. fan.
I'll get to the panel intro.
Good luck with that, Cozy. I hope it goes well.
You are a Cowboys fan.
Good luck. Because we got to ask him
Latest nation on
questions and that stuff. But let me get to the panel. I'm going to go right to my left. Mr. Triple Combo Gaming. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. Not much to say. Just doing good. Not playing Scorn, so there's that.
Okay. Well, it's good that you're doing good. That stuff. So,
What's it like? Because
Very. How can I put it? Slow. A lot of just empty. Not how can I put it, like empty corridors in the sense of you're just going forward and going to objective, and not much storytelling in terms of like atmosphere and
not
like
any at all,
environmental.
actually.
Yeah, environmental storytelling. So I'm really just going forward. I'm just playing the game right now, and that's about it, really. So
is it more like a puzzle, kind of more of a puzzle experience?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And like, there's one section where you just spawn outside, and I was like, I'm just going forward. Nothing really happening, just walking forward, and that was the game so far. So yeah, I'll be playing it later though. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish it this weekend.
Mr. Retro, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm very well. I'm not working, so you've got my full attention tonight, man. And next week, funnily enough.
How are the kids? Are the kids doing okay and that stuff?
All right. The two boys, they have COVID at the minute. They've isolated themselves. No, that was the older lad. He had COVID the first round. Well, it wasn't even him. It was his girlfriend. He just had to isolate. But yeah, the two boys have got it this time.
Okay.
I'm fine. I know the wife's fine. The daughters are fine. So yeah, we're okay.
That's good. That's good that you guys are staying healthy and that stuff, and the kids are doing well in that. So wanted to make sure.
Appreciate the concern, bro.
Not a problem. Mr. Bushido, how are you doing tonight?
Though. Not too bad.
Before we get into the 3 questions for Ham, I did want to say this, which a lot of people already know this and that, but I did want to say that I feel real bad, and my condolences go out to Optimus Code's wife and family and that stuff with him passing last week and that. I said it in a tweet. I used to sit there and DM him, ask him questions, all kinds of things. The man couldn't have been a nicer man. He would answer anything that you sat there and asked in that. He was great. He's going to be well missed, at least for me and that stuff. I'll if you guys want to say anything, go for it and that stuff. But I did want to say, thoughts and prayers to his wife and family and that stuff. So, but did anybody want to say anything before we get into the real show?
I think you said everything for a lot of us. So,
okay. Ham, we have to ask you these 3 questions. You know what? I'm gonna have.
We already asked Ham before, though.
We did?
Yeah, Ham was on here before, so we have to ask him again.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Ham, you was on here before, weren't you?
No,
this
not
is
that I
the
know.
first time he's ever been on.
Oh, darn it. Because nobody really cares, but all right, fine. Ham, name 3, was it 3 games? Yeah, name three of your favorite games of all time. I've been doing it so long I forgot. And don't take all day.
Well, are you gonna let me answer the damn question?
No, I'm just saying, like you just like do all this hemming and hawing, and then you gotta ask Llouck.
I could have been done already.
So, all right, okay.
I gotta ask Llouck. What are you talking about? This is my first time here, and all Bushido doing is making this shit take forever. But anyways, so NCAA football games, like those games were big growing up for me. So love those. The game that got me deep into gaming, I have to give it up to Road Rash. The Road Rash games back in the day on Sega were just really big for me to get in the game because I started writing down passwords and stuff to the game and remember where I left off and stuff like that. And then the game that really like turned my head the most is probably going to be Grand Theft Auto. From 3 on, I did own London and 2; those were fun, but 3 just like blew my mind gaming wise, and I never turned back. Never turned it away after that.
You redeem yourself with Grand Theft Auto, because if you did the game another game
what
like
you're
Road
talking
Rash,
about, man. You acting like
you said another game like
acting
Road
like I had
Rash.
stipulations. Ain't nobody worried about Bushido.
No, I'm just saying though, like if you just said like Outrun, I'd have been like, see, this is why I want to ask you in the first place.
Bushido. Chat,
Yeah.
type, ain't nobody worried about Bushido.
Anyway, you answered actually two of the
That dull
questions.
ass sword. Put that dull ass katana away, sir.
And I was like, man, he gonna come with another lame game. All right, anyway, so you answered 2 of them because the other one was, what game did you know you was gonna, that got you in the game, and like you knew that
Road
this was the
Rash.
game. You already said it. Yeah, that was a bad one. But anyway, and the third one,
Fire, you were wrong on so many levels.
I'm just speaking for the people. That's all, man. I'm not really speaking for me.
You are speaking for
the
yourself.
people.
You are speaking
just,
for yourself.
No, listen, I'm not the people's champ, but I'm the people's voice.
You're
the
people's something. You're the people's something.
What was your favorite console?
Excrement.
Like of all time?
Yes.
The original Xbox.
Okay.
It meant the most to me just growing up, being able to put like I was that music person, so I used to put like the red cable in from from the stereo and the white cable in from the game, so I could hear both simultaneously. I used to make my own mixtapes of certain songs on the radio that I liked and stuff like that, and of course I used to like when CDs first came out, I was still buying tapes because I could record it over to another tape. So like. Yeah. So I was that kind of person. I like my first Eminem CD, or my first Eminem album was on tape. It was not on CD.
I gotta start putting some more respect in your name now. I see. All right, my bad. My bad. You're not like Llouck, so
he has all my respect. So when you're sitting there saying about tapes, making your own mixtapes and that stuff, that's all stuff that I used to do. I had
but he brought Eminem into it too. So
what was it? Was it Infinite or the first album? His first commercial one, or what?
Eminem's?
Yeah, he said he got his first one on tape. What was it? What release was it?
Yeah, do you remember which one it was?
It was the one where he's sitting on the doorsteps. I think it was Marshall Mathers.
Oh shit!
LP.
That's what
it wasn't his original first CD with My Name Is. It was the one with Stan. And all of that. And that tape that I bought from Kmart was and I didn't realize it at the time, but it was edited. So when I bought the tape, because keep in mind, I'm a kid at this time, so I didn't know any better. I just bought the tape, and it had a different last song, so it didn't have Kim on it. It had the other like South Park like song that he did.
Oh, the kids.
Yeah, the kids.
I did the boys and girls. That one.
Yeah, it had that song on it instead of Kim. It didn't have Kim on that one.
That's a brutal.
So I thought that was wild. But yeah, I was the kid that used to put like his microphone up against the stereo player, let it record a song. Like this is when I was really little kid. And then I'd be my own DJ. Seriously? I used to be my own DJ and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I always used to do goofy stuff.
Trying to play and record at the same time, just as the answer shuts his mouth.
Oh yeah. I was Casey Kasem back in that time.
Wow, that's really old. Jeez.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. But yeah, that Xbox changed everything because I was able to actually put my music onto the game, and it was insane to me how when a cutscene would happen, the music would stop and you'd be able to experience the cutscene, and that was amazing. Playing Conflict Desert Storm with Tupac's still balling coming out of my stereo, the same stereo that I can hear the guns coming out of. I thought that stuff was just insane, especially 2K5, where you could score a touchdown. Man, I scored a touchdown with my team called the Firefighters, and I'd have Fireman by Lil Wayne coming on every single time I scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like Xbox was life changing. The original Xbox was life changing for me.
Hey, Llouck, just in case if he brought up a reference you might not understand, Casey Kasem used to be this like DJ from the 60s and 70s, and he went through like some of the 80s, and he had a TV show where it was called American Bandstand, you know.
He was also married.
This is Casey Kasem.
Oh my God! She looked
Yo,
like Bridget Nielsen.
Did you ever play PTR?
Project Gotham?
Yeah.
I played a little bit of it, but I was more into Sega GT.
Bro, I was addicted to that, man. I swear to God, that especially PTR 3, see the 360, that was really where I got addicted to that game. That 3 and 4 were ridiculous. Some of the best arcade races ever. I like Sega GT as well.
I just want to bust Doom's chops real quick.
Yeah, do it. It's worth it.
What are you running this video at? Like 20 frames per second. And secondly,
this shit look wild.
Yeah. First of all,
you know what? To us, it looks choppy. Oh no, don't matter. Ignore me. It doesn't matter. I was gonna say it wasn't look choppy on the replay, but it just caught up.
Yeah, for a picture, it looks loud. For a picture, like it's so distorted. Like it's like the colors are running together. I can't tell who's holding whose hand. Which one is Amicia?
It wasn't this bright last night.
Yeah, it don't look good today though. You probably couldn't tell because you don't really play games that like that. So it's probably.
It reminds me of when somebody says, "To get full resolution, pay."
Yeah.
It reminds me of one of those situations where they have like the lettering across it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I think you just recorded it in a lower res. So if you got any questions, bro, I'm down to help you, man. I'm down to get that stuff rezzed up for you because that's an easy 2-second fix.
What the video?
You should ask Llouck though. I thought Llouck was the computer guy.
I think I.
Llouck was wondering if his TV was 2.1 not, so he is not a technical guy at all.
Yo, it literally tells you on the port. What the fuck?
I told you, if y'all want me to get messy, I can get messy.
I like it. I encourage it, man.
Let's get messy by getting into the topics.
It must be true because Llouck's not saying anything.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, he ain't saying nothing, so it must be true though, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
So yeah, he's actually awfully quiet in that stuff.
Yeah.
Llouck knows games.
He's just plotting. He's gonna come back.
Llouck knows games, movies, and comics, and something that he always wrecks me over is comics. I don't know one dang thing about it to the point that it's embarrassing, damn near.
Wow, really? I'm surprised.
Nothing,
after all
man.
the
I
stuff
was
you were
never
talking
big
about.
into comics at all.
Really?
Oh
nah, man.
Oh man, I was huge into comics, man. I know
I really wish I got into them.
Triple's impressive with his knowledge or memory of comics.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Remember last time you was telling us? No, I'm joking. Let me stop.
But, say last.
No, but seriously though, that's all I did as a kid was read comic books and draw the covers of the comic books. So that was me. I was that kind of geek.
Anime kid growing up, so I don't know nothing about comics aside from animated shows. That's
Yeah, no, I got you.
all right. So first topic we're going to hit tonight is the Bayonetta controversy. The actress that comes out and says to boycott
boycott the game because she
Yeah.
was not paid properly. Or
How much was she paid?
so
No, it wasn't what she was saying. It was what she was offered.
It's messy. Yeah, what she was offered.
What she
So
claimed
But
she was offered.
she wasn't
yeah.
really truthful with the offer. She didn't really tell the whole story.
yeah,
Yep.
so I mean, if someone else wants to summarize the whole story,
No, good.
So essentially, what happened was she came out with a video a few days ago saying that she was offered $4,000 to voice the entirety of Bayonetta, and she was asking consumers to boycott the game as a way to protest and say, "Hey, you need to pay your voice actors more money instead of $4,000 for a franchise that earned," she said, like 400 million or something like that." And so it was.
Has it really?
She didn't even say where she got the numbers from. So
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, she also kind of, I forgot how exactly she worded it, but she essentially went after the newest voice actress, saying like she doesn't deserve the right to like sign as Bayonetta, and she got really just like vengeful about it. But later, Jason Schreier and I believe Bloomberg put out an article saying that she was actually offered, or people more familiar with the deal said she was actually offered between $3,000 and $4,000 for 5 separate sessions, so really totaling out to at least $15,000. And so there's that. So people are now saying like, hey, you either lied to us or this information isn't 100% factual. So overall, it was a fun time, especially with I believe, was it Kamiya? Him on Twitter, just like blocking everybody and things of that nature. So it was messy. It was definitely messy.
Well, he did tell people, didn't they, not to be commenting on shit they didn't know about.
Yeah.
And then that was it. He was like, delete.
Well, the issue with him is just that his whole Twitter energy, how he ran his Twitter. So a lot of people are basically saying like, you're kind of the villain before this, and they perceived him as being the villain again. So it was just messy all around. So, but to sum it up, yeah, she was supposedly offered $4,000 when in actuality she was offered at least $15,000, and she was requesting like 6 figures on top of residuals.
Yes.
And her response to that was that they were lying, and she's tired of talking about it. And I was listening to a video earlier. It's like you brought this up. What you mean?
That's what I was going to say. You the one started it. Exactly.
So yeah, that was yeah. So I mean, one thing to note as well is that before he deleted his Twitter, there was like a post going around saying that she was actually offered $15,000. So that goes along with what Jason Schreier, whatever, reported on as well. So there's more evidence piled up against her. So it's not really looking good for her.
Well, we'll go to our first guest, Ham. What let me. Okay, so you heard the entire story and that stuff. What is your thoughts on? I mean, did you automatically when you first heard or even saw our video in that? I mean, were you automatically on her side, or are you like everybody else? Okay, well, you're giving your side of the story. Let's hear the other side of the story. Then we can sit here and make a judgment, make the right call on that stuff. What is your feelings about all this?
So I was a straight up person about it. I seen it and was immediately voting for the people and not the company at all. Yeah, or the corporation. So I got into like my personal feels about it, and I was just like, man, that sounds really rough for being Bayonetta, and then still hearing something like 15 grand, that still sounds disrespectful in my opinion. But like, I don't like that. I feel like she kind of took advantage of people's feelings like that without bringing the whole, like, if you're going to go out on like in the streets and tell people something, like, you should have more meat on the bone, like more for people to be able to be like, all right, yeah, that doesn't look right, or that does look right. And then at the same time, you should have like some sort of statistics to prove how screwed over you're getting compared to, I mean, some of this stuff might be public, some of it might not be. I mean, I don't know all the ins and out of this. Because like I said, I came at this as a person. I didn't come at it as an analytic person, like, because I don't know all the analytics behind it. But I just really feel like both sides are kind of taking advantage of the people's kind of perception on it. And I'm always going to vote more for the person than I am going to for the corporation. But I feel like she mishandled it pretty badly, and it might not go into her favor with that being said.
Okay. Llouck, how do you feel about this situation? I mean, are you kind of like agreeing that she was underpaid and that stuff? Are you even going to boycott the game? I mean, what's your thoughts on this?
What happened to believe all women? What happened? Anyways,
there you go.
I'm on her side.
That's a dicey bridge you're on.
I'm on her side because, like Ham said, it's corporation versus one person. As for these claims about, they offered her 15,000. There's two sides to it. One is the side that Ham's talking about of, dude, Bayonetta is one of the biggest franchises on the planet. What the hell are you talking about? $15,000. That's crazy. I mean, like, I'm gonna be straight up about it. When I first saw the amount, I immediately started calculating how much I earn and my job, and I'm like, no fucking way. Are you serious?
Right.
There's people in Mozambique earning more than someone that's voicing one of the most iconic characters in the history of video games. For real, people that aren't even famous, people that are doing admin jobs are earning more than this lady. That's crazy. That's crazy. Even if it is the 15,000, that is freaking insane. Second, I think that
wait there. Let's look at it properly. Per hour, if she's doing 5 sessions, right? How many hours could that possibly be?
Well, so just to jump in real quick when it comes to that, when it comes to per hours, it's not entirely the best thing to go by because you have to ask how often is she working to begin with. But I mean, if you broke it down by hours, sure, she's getting a lot. If you're working like 40 hours a week and earning that much, but she could probably get like one job a year more than that. So the whole hours situation, you just got to keep that in mind. But I'm gonna go back to
also
it is. That's a good point. That's a good point. But you still got to base it based on something. Retro. Supposedly it's the going rate of voice actors.
It's not actually. The
but
going rate for the union of voice actors, according to the article on Game Rant, is $900 per hour, not 4,000. So she was
being paid overpaid then.
Four times more than what the union negotiated.
But then, what's the problem?
Even then, I'm still on her side.
What?
Yes.
Nah.
Here you go.
Sorry, bro.
Here you go again, being loud and wrong.
Let me finish. Get off your Kanye West soapbox. All right. Settle down next to Kim. Okay. You, Kim, and Ray J need to have a session.
Kim's gone. Kim's at the door, man. He got given the boot.
Listen, man, don't be mad because I hit it first. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Dude, I know I was 15th, but I still made it. Point is, the reason why I'm with her on this one is because we need to stop. When we're talking about this subject, we need to not look at this from our point of view. Because if we look at pay discrepancies in various industries from our point of view, then Tom Brady needs to be playing for free this year. Okay?
What?
Yes.
But it's not. It has the relevance to her field at least.
Let me finish my allegory.
Oh my God.
This lady is doing voice acting. 4,000, 15,000 for you guys, you might sit down and be like, "Oh, that's a lot of money," but for what she does, it's not enough. You look
But if
at
she's
how
been
much.
paid,
Wait.
Let
You're
me
contradicting
finish.
yourself
Guys,
because
let me
if she's
finish.
getting paid 4 times more than everybody else, how is it that she's not getting enough then?
Bro, the $900 is the amount that the union negotiated with the video game companies. Unions,
Platinum.
you Americans should know this. Unions.
It's
Did you really
that's a
throw that
fact.
in like that? Y'all hear
Let
this
me-
shit?
I done said
It's
it,
not
bruv.
shade. That's a fact.
On the podcast, I done said it. Find me if you wanna.
That was shade. I'm sorry, but good.
Unions are responsible for negotiating. Not every union is like the police union in the US. So just because the Actors Guild union is shit and only gets 900 doesn't mean that's fair pay.
So then what determines fair pay to you then?
Bro, fair pay is something along the lines of, I would say, maybe 500K.
No. What I mean is,
let me finish.
Good.
The justification behind that is, I look at the gaming industry as a global entity. It is the most profitable and highest revenue producing entertainment industry besides porn on the planet. And you can take all the other entertainment industries, combine them, put them in a blender, and they're still not as big as video games. These voice actors give life to these pixels. I'm saying this as someone that is deep into story games. Okay, it broke my heart when I found out Kiefer Sutherland was going to be Snake in MGS5.
It made perfect sense.
Yes, when you play the game and you finish it, please don't put spoilers out there for people that haven't played MGS5. Point is,
the heck hasn't
played that if you haven't played that by now, and I'm sorry, there's no
was way over.
Helping you.
Yeah,
right. Oh, this reaction.
Spoiler warning studying this.
Well, at least now I have confirmation that it's the biggest franchise in video game. Point is, considering how much the industry produces, it's not okay for these people to get paid what they get paid for.
What do you mean by these people?
I get the actors. It's not okay for them to get paid what they get paid for these gigantic games. Tiny little indie games, fine. But freaking God of War, Halo, and all these other.
How much did you say they get per hour? How much was it? Did you say? Sorry.
The union negotiated $900 per hour.
$900 per hour.
Yeah.
That is an extreme amount of money for some voice acting. Like,
again,
if you think about it,
you're calculating with your pocket again.
But I'm really
let me go.
Basing it on reality.
Let me go off your point real quick, Llouck, because I don't think you noticed you contradicted yourself.
Got my name right.
Yeah, for now. So when you look at the situation, so you're talking about how much money gaming itself brings in, right?
Yeah.
So when God of War comes out, when Dead Space Remake comes out, Callisto Protocol, does all this money go into a pot, or does it go to that one specific company?
It goes to that one company.
So then would it be safe for me to say that each franchise doesn't make as much as the other?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, because you're making it sound like all franchises make the same amount of money back when it comes to,
you didn't pay attention.
When it comes to games. No, hold on. I paid plenty of attention, because when from the statement you made, you said that they as a globally make the same amount of money, but we know that there are certain games that are niche. So in other words, if I was working and I was doing a Japanese games, unfortunately, sell on a regular to two and a half to 3 million copies each time they're made, each time they come out. The biggest one, I think, was Final Fantasy's last one. I think it was sold 15 million for the first time. For the first time it ever cracked 10 million. The first time it ever cracked 10 million. Bayonetta has never sold over or at 5 million copies. Now, even though we could say that, yeah, because it was with Nintendo, but at the same time, you still base it off of what it has done. Bayonetta is a niche title. Bayonetta is a lot of people's favorites, not mine. I'm not a big Bayonetta fan. I'm not dumping on it. I'm just saying I'm just not a fan. I don't like Persona either, but I'm not dumping on that either. Each franchise, yeah, I'm just saying, each franchise brings in a certain amount of money. Every franchise is not equal, and they all don't make enough to be able to pay voice actors this amount. So when you bring in somebody like her, who, first of all, you can replace her, and you replace her with a legendary actress as Jennifer Hale. You can't tell me that Jennifer Hale didn't get a better contract than Camila did, because we only know her from Bayonetta, and we know Jennifer Hale from cartoons, anime, for video games. This woman has done it all. So you can't tell me that they didn't give Jennifer Hale a fair amount if they were given what's her name, the same amount. So if they're going to pay one more than the other, that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all, because you're willing to pay Jennifer Hale that amount of money, and you don't hear her complaining. You don't hear anybody else complaining. In this instance, this chick is wrong. Just absolutely wrong. If you have a qualm
to your pushback.
Yeah, well, let me finish real quick. If you have a qualm in business, in any business, you keep that on the DL. You do not put that mess out in the street. It never works out for you. And in the same instance with Xbox and Platinum, when it came to Scalebound, Xbox ate that for years. Didn't say nothing about it, just because they wanted to keep their relationship clean. And later on, years later, Platinum came out only because he was drunk on TV and admitted that, yeah, it was our fault. So what I'm saying is, the amount of money she's getting paid, she was getting paid more than enough, in my opinion. Secondly, you don't bring that mess out on the street. And thirdly, if Jennifer Hale took that contract, you obviously were getting paid more than market rate because she's a legend. But that's what I'm just saying. That's all.
Right. So to your point about it being a niche game, you said it sold 5 million.
No, I said it sold less than 5 million.
Okay, so can you give me an actual amount?
Yeah, I can pull it up for you if you want. Yeah, hold on.
All right. Let's do that. Point is, when I said that you weren't listening, I did put a caveat in my little rant where I said it is fine for the smaller games for this to happen, but for the big tentpole games, I even gave examples like Halo and God of War, etc. For those games, you need to get fair compensation, because those are gigantic games, and it's just not fair for someone that is pivotal to that game's success getting a tiny amount of money, like freaking $15,000 US.
The first Bayonetta sold 3.5 million units. The second, there's a lot of other numbers along with this one. Hold on.
All right, fine. Let's just go with the first one. 3.5 million units is
No. It was 1.32.
The first one.
Yes.
Okay, 1.32 times 60. That's $79 million.
Mm-hmm.
$15,000 from $79 million. For real?
No, wait there. No. You've got all sorts of percentages to take off that.
Yeah, you got to pay for advertisement. You got to pay for shipping out the units. Yep.
Yeah, the discs.
So what
you got to pay your studio.
Is it 50, 60, 90? Are they making $1 million?
Oh no, here
Listen,
my point. No,
listen,
my point is
yeah,
though
go
that there's a percentage of that you definitely have to take off, just on the extras that come along with publishing the games. Do you know what I mean? Because even the stores take a cut for the shelf space and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like they take a cut of each copy sold as well.
Can we have the conversation if we don't know what the numbers are?
Yeah, but we're taking a rough estimate. The rough estimate is showing us that the franchise
No,
does
that's what
not
I'm
sell
saying.
big
What's the
numbers.
rough estimate? Because I just rough estimated how much the game made. Now you're saying, okay,
Right,
we need to
but
take off some. I'm like, okay, how
right.
much are we taking off? But we can't tell you how much we're taking off. So I don't know how to say. I don't even know what to say to that.
When you want to look at a successful franchise or a franchise to make money, 3 and 5 million are good numbers. This game hasn't even sold close to 2 million. Then you got the fact, like you said, that you got to pay everybody in the studio. You got to pay for advertising. You got to pay for a whole lot of things. Plus, too, the company wants to make money. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's how business works, right? The franchise can't pay someone more money than the franchise is worth.
All right, so
That's what I'm saying.
I've got a rough breakdown of a typical $60 console game purchase retail store. So 12 to the retailer, 12 to the console manufacturer, and $36 for the game publisher. And the game publisher then splits that between distribution, manufacturing, marketing, development, overhead, and damaged goods and stuff like that for returns and stuff like that.
Okay, so you said 36 for the game developer, correct?
Yeah.
How much are we taking off the 36? Because if we're gonna have a genuine conversation, we need to have.
Well, that's fair. No, 36 would be a fair number because that's what's going to the actual maker of the game, the publisher.
So we're going to assume that the publisher makes $36 per sale.
Per $60 console sale.
Okay, 1.3 times 36, that's 46 million.
There you go.
It's still too much to pay 100,000 from 46
million. Because you got to remember too, games, movies, and so forth. Especially movies, you don't pay your actors at that loud an amount if you are not worth it, and she's not worth it. If she was worth it, she would get it, but she was getting paid a nice amount. But like I said, Jennifer Hale obviously had to be getting paid more than her because she's a legend. So she took that same contract, at the very least, she took the same contract. So if she takes the exact contract, obviously it's a fair deal.
Okay, last thing on this Doom. I'm sorry for taking over the show all of a sudden.
Because Mike don't like being wrong.
Why I take this thing a bit personal. I work in a certain industry. I'm not gonna say what industry that I work in.
You work in porn. We know that.
Whatever. Point is, there were external investors that came to Mozambique, and they established the company, and they were paying people the way they were paying people like Europeans. And then someone on their side did some groundwork and started comparing how much people get paid around here, and suddenly everyone's salary got cut. And that's something that happens a lot. So for me, most of these companies make a shit ton of money. You cannot convince me because of the balance sheets that I've seen, and they will haggle and fight over every little scrap when they're making millions in the background.
Every company is not the same, though. Not every company is the same.
I'm just explaining why for me.
I understand. I understand though. I do understand. But we can't paint it all on with one brush though. I understand where you're coming from though. But we
paint
can't
everything
really
from our personal brush. That's the issue. That's why we're on the show, because I'll bring my brush, you bring yours, etc., etc.
I guess. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Before I go, does anybody else want to say anything about this topic?
Dribble didn't say anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't said
I was
anything.
waiting for Triple to jump in here.
I was just letting y'all talk. So, first off, I guess how I felt about it initially, 4K did sound too low for the character and just the significance of the character in the gaming space. The issue I did start to have is when she was talking about boycotting. You know, if you wanted to boycott the game because you agree with her and you have something against Platinum, completely understandable. The issue I had was when she was saying something along the lines of like, it's fine to boycott the game, but if you care about people, you should, or it's fine to buy it, but if you truly care about people, boycott it. So it's like you're trying to guilt trip people into taking your side essentially. And as I said, when I was, going over the topic as well, when she was targeting Jennifer about, going for the position, I was thinking, that's kind of unprofessional to me. Like, I know you voiced the character for so long, but the way she was going after her about picking up the role, it kind of just a little petty, to say the least. And with the news coming out about, hey, maybe it's actually 15,000 and she possibly lied, I wasn't too hung up on the amount of money that could have been the actual price that she was offered. I was more so hung up on the fact that if it is true that she lied, then to me, that, how can I put it, is, for lack of a better way to phrase it, it's like really terrible. It's like you go towards making this scene online, boycott the game and painting Platinum as this horrible company essentially, and knowing that people are going to go by your side, but you purposely withheld the truth. And to me, that's just it's a bad character trait, to say the least. And not to say she's as bad as Platinum, but you're just terrible in my opinion as well. Again, not to say whether or not 15,000 is too little or too much. I don't have the knowledge in the industry to be able to determine her worth. But again, if she did purposely lie instead of telling people the whole truth, then that's where, you lost me entirely personally. And just the fact that, she was speaking about how much she was getting paid, but never really wanted to explain, like, hey, this is how much I got for Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, to give people a proper idea of what you feel is the amount. Just withholding information and just being deceitful to an extent is just not a good look in my opinion.
Bro, you gotta lay. That's what I was saying. You gotta lay it. Like, if you're gonna like tell people to feel bad, like you got me at first at I'm a human. I deserve, I see that, but it's like if you're not prepared to bring receipts,
exactly.
Like, why are we talking?
She knows outrage. People on Twitter, they'll just jump to the gun without a proper information. So that's what she was betting on. But again, it's like in a situation like this, like, you gotta have receipts, because if you don't, and then the information comes out and someone else got the receipts, like it's just not looking good. Especially as other people are saying, like, if it turns out you're lying, like, you just blacklisted yourself from the industry as well. So it's just wild. So again, whether or not the pay is fair, the 15,000 that she was actually offered is fair, I can't say. Although hearing the 6 figures on top of residuals, like, I was like, I know I said earlier, like, maybe your work won't, you won't have as much work throughout the whole year, but I could see if she said like 50K with the residuals. I was like, okay, I can see, but she 6 figures, and I'm like, is that 100K, 200K, 300, 500? Like Llouck said, this question is like, again, you didn't want to say, hey, I requested this amount. You're already breaking NDA. Tell us what you wanted so we can understand where you were coming from, or even say, hey, this is how much the industry would expect. So
that's actually a good point. That point trumps everything else, if you ask me. From even the point I was making, that right there is the biggest part, that the deceit, I'm not going to reiterate everything you said, but I think you actually killed it.
Yeah. So I guess the sum of things up, like, if it is true that she lied, then that's why I'm just like, you're just terrible. Like a better word, you're a terrible person.
Right.
Use people's emotions to get to your side and withholding information, vital information, really. So that's about it. So am I gonna get the game? I still want to get it. I wasn't really entirely sure if I wanted to boycott to begin with. I was really just reading people's responses, but me personally, I do want to play it. So so yeah.
Okay. Well, if you guys had so much to talk about on that topic, can't wait to get this next topic. 30 frames per second. Should I say that?
Yes,
So
you did.
I saw that Ham was sitting there, and I think it was it a tweet today that you put out there, said that you're tired of the Activision thing, the 30 frames per second.
Oh my.
And I think actually it might have been last night, and I'm like, shoot, man, I shouldn't send you the topics then. But so we found out that Gotham Knights is not going to have 60 frames and that stuff. Oh, here comes our guest.
Can you hear me?
Guest. We can hear you, Nelson. How you doing there?
Oh, I'm good. I'm off work. That's always good.
Definitely.
You gonna jump on GT later so I can kick your ass again?
In what?
GT?
Well, you're usually doing remote play, so you're usually crashing into everything.
Listen,
I don't even know what the hell you look like on a native.
Am I gonna have to start dropping these receipts?
Yo,
that's what I'm about to say. Nelson's like, he got tapes.
I got to jump into Retro's GT League and that stuff, and I got to record a bunch of his stuff to see how everybody's driving and everything.
I got video of him saying he was playing on remote play. He was so far behind, he fucking turned around, went backwards. So we were doing
wow.
Dodge the Retro.
Wow.
Oh no, but that was after. Wait, tell the whole story. We had OT in the lobby.
Well, yeah, Destruction All Stars.
Yeah, like I gave up. I kept getting knocked off the track, so I just decided I was gonna play silly fucker. You know what I mean? It was as simple as that. I got my revenge.
Yeah, I always try to keep him in front of me. That way I stay on the road.
It's impossible. He loves it.
He reminds me of Days of Thunder.
You better not be you better not let these guys in there school you, cuz don't do that. You got our family name out there looking crazy.
Bro, my stats speak for themselves.
Let me jump into this topic with the 30 frames per second. So we found out Gotham Knights is only going to have a 30 frames per second. You know, apparently they can't do, or didn't have the time. I don't think anybody knows.
My God.
Exactly.
It can't even hold 30 FPS. I'm sorry.
But, okay. But then, you know, like the game that's on the screen and that stuff, they gave you 30 frames, but then you can do up to 40 frames and that stuff. So I'll start off with our guest, and then I'll jump over to Nelson with this. But Ham, how big of a deal is this? Because I think you actually sat there and said that you play a lot on PC. So in some ways, does it really matter because of the settings and everything else that you can wind up, you know, doing on the PC? Is it a big deal? Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
Hello?
Oh, my bad. I was muted. So let me clear up a few things. The first thing that you said, that I was tired of this Activision and stuff, that's not exactly true. I put a post saying this week all the complaining on Twitter about Activision, Gotham Knights 30 FPS exclusive games got me like, and it just had me like just kind of like backing off, because it's kind of like I just kind of heard it a little bit. And I'm still interested in the Activision thing. I'm just interested in new news, not so much of what we've been talking about as of lately. I think these are little jabs and not really that interesting of news. I'm not tired of the Activision Blizzard deal. I just need to hear something a little bit more juicy about it. 30 FPS thing, where I stand on that is like, as you were saying about me playing on PC a lot, that's like I've been getting into more playing on PC, but I'm still a console gamer, true and through.
Okay.
So like I only play PC games when I'm like getting ready to stream something like online and I have the PC option. I'm gonna play the best version of it, of course. And then also certain things like Plague Tale or Gotham Knights that don't have a 60 FPS version, then I'll more likely play it on the PC, because it's just like if I have a 3080, I'm going to use a 3080. But like if there's a 60 FPS mode in a game, I'm pretty much good to play it on my console. I'd rather sit on my recliner and play it than sit on my PC chair. Not that my PC chair is bad. It's just you know that feeling of being in front of your PC playing. Sometimes it just feels a little workish. So I definitely rather kick back, you know, get me a drink and sit in my couch. That's much more comfortable than my computer chair. But yeah, as for 30 FPS, yeah, dude, like
Snapple.
Oh man, no. I just got some stuff called Basil Hayden's. Really good whiskey. I absolutely love that shit.
Is that what the little slur's from?
No. I didn't know there was a slur. But anyways, as for the whole 30 FPS thing, that the way they came out with it makes it look a lot worse than what it actually is. It's just like, to me, they took so much time to tell you what the game actually would have been. Like I feel like if they would have said this back in like February, by now it would have been cool. But
they didn't even say it. A reviewer called it out.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
exactly.
It was released on the Discord, is where they put the announcement of it being.
Yeah, after a reviewer was like, "There ain't no fucking 60." They didn't say shit.
Exactly. So it felt like they were hiding behind a curtain, and then on top of it, the thing that makes it like burn a little bit is we as gamers, or a lot of gamers, feel like, yo, this feels underbaked. And then on top of it, they're like, yo, but we're coming out a week early, dog. And it's like, wait a second.
Good point. That's a good point. I forgot about that.
Yo, there ain't no haptics in this bitch. There's no haptics in it. The loading times are PS4. I don't even know if HDR
I heard the load times are long. I heard that.
It's not optimized at all. Like,
yo, that's crazy.
There's no haptics. It's like, there's nothing next gen about it. I hang on, let me turn the HDR on and see if I can even fucking notice it.
They dropped the previous generation consoles, and people are like, "Oh,
that's
man, it must be too much to handle. They're really going to focus on a new one." And then 4K 30, it drops below 30. I'm just like, God, what are y'all doing? Like,
they went over and they seen Saints Row and was like, "Hold my beer."
One thing I want to point: did you guys see the side by side of Arkham Knights that Digital Foundry did, and how Arkham Knight looked better in a way than?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I did. That was embarrassing. That was really embarrassing. Listen,
they said the water looked lazy.
I don't know why they've always had issues, but do you guys remember when Arkham Knight came out on PC? They had to take that shit off of PC.
They outsourced that one, I think, is the issue.
Well, the port, it didn't run very good on console either, but on PC, you couldn't even fucking play it. You couldn't get 30.
Wow.
But
showing those two side by side look bad though. That looked really embarrassing professionally. That did look bad.
Like that just to me, like as I was saying, it just felt like I remember hearing that it's a week early and wanting to give it a round of applause.
Same thing.
I think everybody had that sentiment when they heard, yo, this is coming out a week early. Everybody, including myself, was out there saying, this is how development should be done, son. Like, you guys are crushing it. Thank goodness. And then you hear the same thing about
I don't even notice the difference with the HDR off. Fuck. What is it? Just a fucking useless switch?
Yeah, they said the same thing about Scorn. I was actually more worried about Scorn than I was with
Gotham Knights. Yeah,
and Scorn came out, and that game, whether you love it or hate it, looks
does look good. Yeah,
it looks really fantastic, and I actually really enjoyed the game. But whether you love it or hate it, like the game looks the part that it's trying to play, like 100%. Gotham Knights, on the other hand, said, "Yo, we're coming in early," and then. Then, bro, they came in hot and messy. Like it just wasn't good.
You know what I think?
But yeah,
it was?
you can move to somebody else on this one. That's all I gotta say. That's wild.
Well,
A week
I'll
early,
jump in.
and you coming in you just got sauce all over your shirt. Yeah, I mean, there's like you got bags under your eyes. You're walking with a dip. Like how you come through early like that? Like that's that's a brand new version of unprepared that I've never seen. Like somebody ran around all the bases and they forgot to hit the ball. Like what the heck?
Fucking HDR is standard on fucking PS4. What the fuck?
Yeah. Who wants to go next?
I was
gonna
gonna
shoot
say
over to Nelson real quick.
I think they wanted to beat out all these big games coming out with Call of Duty and God of War and Sonic. We're not going to go through the list, and then they're looking at, well, we could delay it till spring, and then we'll run into our own game and cannibalize it. So we can get what we can get out of it now and work on it later, you know?
Well,
and the game's not bad. It is not optimized. It is not next gen. There's nothing. My fucking shit's blowing up around me. My controller is lifeless.
Wow.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll actually hold this question until after that stuff. So
like a Plague's Tale, the original. I don't know about the new one, but the original, fucking when they upgraded that, amazing haptics in that. They did a phenomenal job.
What was it last night? I thought it was great in that stuff, putting it together and playing it last night. I thought it was fantastic in that.
Putting what together?
Who's talking about playing Gotham Knight on PS4 though? Because that doesn't exist.
No,
no.
It's a PS4 version. There's nothing PS5 about it. Not a goddamn thing.
I see what you.
There's no audio. There's no
right,
haptics. There's no HDR. There ain't shit. This is fucking PS5
damn.
my ass.
Okay. I was blown away when you kept saying PS4.
That's a good point. To top it off, they have for 70 for it. To top it off. I forgot about that.
Well, you couldn't even give me haptics? Something. Goddamn.
Llouck, what is your thoughts?
I love his haptics.
You don't really think about it until you go play a PS4 game and you're like, something missing. What is it? You know, you get used to it, and when you don't have it, it's kind of like when you're riding a ride and the ride stops and you're kind of like, oh.
I was worried for a sec where that was going to go. It's okay.
You'll never pay more for film grain and motion blur.
Film grain and motion blur.
I don't even think it has 3D audio.
Who you got next, June?
Let me see here. Llouck, Jim just joined us, but Llouck, what is your thoughts on this? Actually, Jim just joined at a great time too. But what's your thoughts on this?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Jim,
this be a great time.
Yeah, you want Jim to answer?
Yeah, listen.
Jim's not gonna have a real answer.
I'm not good at shitting on something that's been shat on by everyone. It's like, bro, it's dead already. Just let it die. Just leave it alone.
But it's like it is Guys, 6 months of preparation from being a fucking great game. Like, it's not a bad game. It's just not done. Like, it's not fucking.
Yeah, one day it's gonna be awesome, but I don't want to be a bully.
And then Jim, that day, no one would give a shit.
In all actuality, if you want it, you'll buy it. Like I see what Llouck is saying though, because it's just like at the end of the day, are you gonna play it? And to me, I want to I still want to buy this game. Like, as much as we're shitting on this right now, I still want to buy this game. But I said this on my podcast and many others. This is a $30 to $40 game, in my opinion. I don't want to spend any more than that. $70 feels disrespectful. I'm good. But I still want to play it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Jim, what? Okay, so I've seen, in our DMs and that stuff, your thoughts on this whole $30 FPS thing.
Jim's botting.
Jim, you're
Looks like a serial killer, doesn't he?
Move on.
How many bodies do you think he's got?
Move on until he gets in clearly. Then.
All right.
Personally,
all right.
Personally, I don't mind 30 frames a second as long as it's a solid 30 frames a second.
That's the problem, though.
Yeah, the shit dropping below 30 frames a second.
You better go get your Series S.
I'm right there with Retro, but Jim, we got your
stream from how
30 frames per second. What is your thoughts on this?
Well, people are probably going to hate me for this, but the console peasants can keep their 30 frames a second and their
take the mic out your throat.
Dude, it don't run very good on PC at 60 either. So
yeah, it doesn't run good on PC.
It runs like an asshole.
Yep. And as far as the whole PC situation is concerned, they're saying that an 10700K with at least a GTX, an RTX 2070 is for good 1080p at 60 high quality. And I'm like, yeah, bullshit. That's just your way of saying we have poorly optimized our game and don't know what the fuck we're doing. Because I've got a game, Flight Simulator, that can actually run on a GTX 970 at close to high settings, and that's an even worse game as far as the whole demanding aspect. And it's not because it's poorly optimized, it's because it's more of a heavily demanding game on both graphics and CPU. And if a 970 can run that as the minimum at mid to high settings, then I'm sorry, I think we could see a hell of a lot better with an RTX 2070 and then 10700K than just high 1080p settings. Like, come on.
Jim, you sound like my principal over the intercom. God damn.
Nelson's giving us a tour of his house. Look.
Yeah, I just got thrown off from him and stuff. So
I'm trying to find out what my kids did with my Metal Gear head. I just got that damn thing.
Beautiful head.
Triple, what is your thoughts on this? And then we'll get to Bushido, because I know B. I wanted to leave B till last because I know he had a lot to say about it. But Triple, what's your thoughts on this?
So personally, I don't mind 30 FPS in the sense of if there's a game I want to play and it's stuck at 30 FPS, okay, I'll play it. You know, it's not the end of the world, but you gotta at least be able to log it at 30 FPS. Like, for the reviews to come out and the performance side to side to come out and show that it's dipping between below 30, that's where I'm just like, I kid you not, when I saw the news, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like a swear.
It's on Unreal 4 too. It's not like they're using some crazy new goddamn engine. It's old ass. You should be able to run 90 frames per second on a PS5.
Exactly. And like I was just utterly just surprised to hear of the performance that was going at, despite dropping last gen, despite being next gen only, etc. And I'm I wasn't super hyped up for the game. I'll admit, like each showing they had, I don't want to go into the full details of like what I've seen people say in terms of the overall quality, but I'm just like, bro, you guys still let me down, and I wasn't even excited for it. But that being said, like at least for this generation, I would like to see 60 FPS performance mode to become the norm, even if it costs graphics, resolution, what have you. Like as long as that's a thing to give me the option to play at 60 over 30 if I want to, like a lot of games are doing, as we saw with God of War. Even Callisto Protocol is going to have 60 or graphics or performance type of deal. I would rather have that. That's what I would like to see. But whenever I'm going on about 30 FPS, again, that's not me saying that the game's unplayable, it's completely crap as shit, whatever. I'm just saying I prefer 30 or 60 over 30, because like God of War 2018 on my PS4 Pro, they have like a performance mode that's targeting 60. And whenever I drop it down to 30, that game feels so sluggish to play after going back and forth. Like it is so sluggish that it feels horrible to play. But that's after seeing it side by side. So, and one thing that just confuses me when it comes to this thing is that when a game is at 30 FPS, I have to ask, like, how much of that is due to, the scope of, like, Plague Tale, for example. Aside from them being a smaller studio, I wouldn't be surprised if their FPS options are limited to the type of physics that they're doing with the rats. Like, the rats, I haven't played it myself, but just seeing, like, the previews of the rat
It's
physics in that
60 on
game,
PS5.
I thought it was
The
40
first one.
FPS.
The first one.
Or, yeah, that's the first one, but the newest one is 30 with 40 at 120 hertz. But,
My feet.
like,
Yeah,
if
the
it's
rat
due
is treated
to...
as particles, so it's quite taxing.
Yeah, exactly. If it's something like gameplay related, I can understand. But if it's due to, we want to have 4K, we want to have ray tracing. I'm like, guys, we don't all want 4K. We all don't want
ray tracing is
ray
overrated.
tracing. Like, again, when you say it's 4K 30 and it's dipping below 30, I'm like, why are you locking the game at 4K? At that point, it should be 1440p on the PS5 and Series X, and it may be 1080p on the Series S. Like, it doesn't make sense to me to force 4K or force ray tracing if the performance is going to suffer for that. And that's just the confusing part. And not to, how can I word this properly? Not to say like the devs are lazy or something like that, but when I hear, and of course it's just like assumption, just conversations, is when people say, well, maybe the modes aren't implemented because it's extra work for you to do for the consoles. At some point I have to ask, like, how much is it extra work? And it's just you just being asked to, do your job, like trying to be as respectful as possible when I say that. But, again, if you're expected to make the game, code the game, optimize the game, and you say, well, that's too much work to add an extra performance mode, I'm just like, is that not part of your job? So, but again, I'm not a developer, so I don't know the inner workings. And the one guy that was the developer on Twitter that was just like, just getting so much.
He wasn't even a developer. He was an animator.
He wasn't even part. He wasn't even part of the studio.
He wasn't even part of the team.
Exactly.
Yes.
He was like, I'm just trying to explain it. I'm just like, bro, you over there fighting. You throwing the Series S under the bus and all this. And like at the end, like I know they said it's the untethered co-op thing and various things as well, but ultimately this sounds like it was unoptimized because even the PC side, people were saying they had like a 4090 and it wasn't performing as well as they wanted it to. And at that point, I'm just like, you guys explaining the untethered co-op and open world, but I don't know. It looks like it's more than that. So, but I guess to sum things up for myself is that 30 FPS isn't like the end all be all in terms of I won't touch the game. Like if I want it, I'll play it. All I ask is for it to be locked at 30. And going forward, I would just like to see options for performance because I don't care for all the graphical options. I want to look good to an extent, but I'll take 60, but also have that option for 30 FPS for the people that want ray tracing, 4K, the best shadows in the world, the reflections, etc. So that's all I got.
Okay. B, go ahead.
So you know me, I like information. So I called up wow. I DM'd a couple of devs, Asian Deli, and a couple other guys. And they were saying that was theoretically the tethering thing, right? And depending on your distance and everything. But they didn't really want to like stamp on it like this is definitely the reason why. That's it. That's why I just kept how it came off to me. Because it seems like they didn't want to dump on another developer. If this is me assumption. But Triple again is killing it tonight with my thoughts. When I finished getting information together about it, the first thing I thought to myself was, if the game needed more time, why did you rush the game out early? That's one thing.
Money.
Well, of course, but you listen. The game itself.
You don't want Kratos and COD to get that ass.
Pretty much, yeah. True too.
But they also have their multiplayer PvE thing coming later, so I'm just like,
I think Suicide Squad will be in the spring or something. They didn't want to.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, like, when you look at this year, this is a year that is one of the most anemic when it comes to releases for the holiday season.
It's horrible. I don't usually pre-order games, but it's like,
yes, and people are doing that.
It was like you're dumping all the games in 3 months. It's like, glad God of War is fucking coming, but stay the fuck out of the holidays because there's too much shit as there is. PlayStation keep filling in the holes. There's only a big asshole.
There's only a few games coming out this season, and because I'm usually a whore for Black Friday deals, and I was looking at the list like, you got to be kidding me. This is it. I already knew what it was going to be, but I was hoping I'd see something that I might have forgotten earlier in the year, but no. So anyway,
There's
one thing that
twice
got
as many
me
games as I want in like between late September and December. There's 3 times more games than I wanted the entire rest of the year combined.
I hear that. So
That's
the
why
one
I
thing
pre-ordered it, because I wanted to split up my purchases, because it's like there's a lot of games I'm going to pass on and play in the spring because I just won't have time because there's a game coming out every goddamn week.
Yeah. Okay, so when you come to the 30 frames thing, the problem with 30 frames is that whenever you have, that's why most of us will always complain about 60. I had to be told this, that the reason why we can't get 40 is because most TVs can't do that, because you have it from 60 hertz up to 120, and I know that. So it's either 60 or bust, or 60 or 30. But at the same time, I'm with Triple on this. It seems like it's poorly optimized. Anytime on PC that is struggling with it, that's messed up. The other thing is when you
they
go
just
30,
dropped last gen a couple months ago too, so it's not like, oh, we dropped it 2 years ago, now we can focus on like, nah, you dropped that shit last minute.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that when they did, we expected a better experience, but when you go 30, the difference is in any game, you're going to get dips inside frame rate because of what goes on the screen. No matter what game, no matter how well you optimize it, you're going to have dips in frame. That's why you won't hear me say, I'll take 30, if this, because you can't, more than likely, you can't keep it steady. You can't keep a steady 30 because it's going to continue to dip. So that's why 60 will be the number we want, is because when it dips, even if it dipped all the way down to 40, we wouldn't be able to tell as much. But if it dips from 30 to 26 to 19, you're definitely going to tell a difference. And it had a lot of dips. I didn't even have the game, but just seeing the videos to see how many times it kept dipping into the, not too many often in the teens, but into the 20s. It was kind of messed up. But you would think that with them putting the game out early, like Triple said, you would have thought the game would have been optimized, is ready to roll. And I did not know it was using UE4. Did not know that. Because if it's next gen, why are you using UE5? I'm just saying.
Arkham Knight, I think, was UE3.
See, in my opinion, Bushido, in my opinion, on top of that is like, so you didn't use UE5. So in my opinion, that means like one of two things, and I can be way out of pocket on this possibly, but it either means you didn't want to maybe spend the resources that it costs to go to UE5 in that scale.
It'll be just time.
Or you've been working on this game that damn long, and that's the result of it. And to me, that's wild.
Yeah. I think in any case, none of it sounds good, though. And then to top it off, like Triple said, you going to go and charge $70 for this crap. $70. Listen, I'm going to still get the game. I'm going to get on Black Friday.
Like I said, it's a $30 or $40 game.
Yep.
Just like...
Yep.
Just like no shade on this game. I loved this game. It was fantastic. It actually blew my expectations out of the water. But Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, I wasn't going to spend $70 on that.
Absolutely. And guess what? The game was actually worth that. The game is actually worth it.
It is worth the money, but I tell you what, I'm happy. I'm still happy. Hey, because I mean, let's be real. I mean, who the hell is capping on spending more than they should, man? I'm happy when a game comes out a month or two before Black Friday, because I know that I'm gonna probably just wait on it, get it on a sale, and then I'm happy. My wife's happy, better yet, and and I'm still playing the same exact game y'all spent $30 more on.
Yeah. I just think it was really unprofessional in a lot of ways because
they've been working on it for like 7
ready.
years too, and they're not small. They got 100 more developers than Rocksteady does.
Ain't that wild?
Yeah.
To hear that, that's wild. To
like
hear that.
Insomniac was like 200 when they made Spider-Man. They're like 500 now, but they have 350, and they spent 7 years on it. How?
And I'm with Triple Two. I'm not gonna say the developers were lazy, but man, something's going on. I'm not going
management. I mean, let's be real too. Like when Suicide comes out or whatever, that's been like 8 years too. It's like, the fuck have you been doing?
Now I have more faith in that one because that's going to be the major.
So do I, but
team.
still, that I mean, a large team like that, like they're like the size of Sony Santa Monica in 2015, and we got Arkham Asylum and City like 2 years apart. You know?
Yeah, it's a Halo Infinite situation, and I guess you could pull a Cyberpunk game too. It's like, what were you doing? Is what I want to know. Like when a game, at least when it comes to atmosphere and art design, like it looks worse than Arkham Knight. The city is like empty. People say there's not much crime going on, so that's kind of an issue of exploration. The performances isn't where it needs to be. It's just like, what was going on? Like the game came out a week early. Apparently, there's another mode that's shipping later. I mean, that's the same thing that's happening with Overwatch, where they have the PvE coming out later. I'm just like, what? I just got questions. And
the only thing I can think of that could be more like demanding on something is your movement speed, because you can bounce and like you move pretty slow and stocky as Batman. You're much more mobile and like you bouncing around all over the place in this. It's much more fast paced, but still, Spider-Man moves like a goddamn wildcat. That shit don't have that problem.
Before we go, we got about maybe 20-25 more minutes. I wanted to get your top three, everybody's top three favorite, and this is a subject from B, action game. So I'll start with Jim real quick because I'll just go right down the line. What are your favorite top three favorite?
Well, what if we don't really play action games?
Have you ever played any action games?
I mean, I wouldn't qualify them as action games, so probably not.
Second.
But like X, the entire X the series, like X1 Back to the Future, X2, The Threat, X3 Reunion, those games are my favorite. Flight Simulator, Train Simulator, stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, those are action.
Also, City Skylines and SimCity are other favorites that I have. You know, city builder type games.
Well, we'll take that as your answer then. That's good.
Yeah. Nelson, what are your three top favorites?
Are we going just action or action RPG or
whatever you like, man? Action? Whatever you like.
I can hit things.
Action.
That's my
game. Metal Gear Solid.
You cheat.
Mass Effect 2, and The Last of Us.
Okay.
The first one or not the second one?
First
okay.
One. Well, they're both really good, but the first one's
wow. You take the first one over the second one? Okay.
Well, everything's better about the second one, but some things were drawn out, and shit didn't bother me like they did, but it didn't touch my heart like the first one did.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Triple, what are your three?
Let me think of all the action games. Yeah. No. Shoot, I'm trying to think of the third one. The first one I had to say, Devil May Cry 5. Like that game, the combat system in that game is so good. It is so good to play. Shoot, action games. Monster Hunter. I'm trying to decide which Monster Hunter though. I want to say either World or Freedom Unite or 4 on the 3DS. I would probably just say for recency bias is probably Monster Hunter World. Like that game was so good as well.
Yes, it was.
Just the way they handled the content, the air quotes, the story, the campaign. I say air quotes there because it's a campaign, but it's not the best in the world. But it's still this actual story, a proper story in Monster Hunter. I know the previous ones did as well, but just go into a full like major console platforms and having the cutscenes, etc., was really good. Shoot, I'm trying to think of third. I'm gonna cheat and just say God of War. That's the only one that comes to mind real quick for whatever reason. I just hate myself for playing it on Give Me God of War mode, but
I can't say God of War because then I'll sit there and debate which one I like better, and I can't.
Yeah,
I just leave it off the list because I'll sit and fucking change my mind 7 times.
Yeah, I'm with you there because even now I'm just thinking like, man, God of War 3 was good.
I know, right? Like, but 2018.
Exactly. So
like, I just stay the fuck away from it.
Yeah, so off the top of my head, I have to put God of War there. But if I actually looked and checked out the games I played, I was like, that's such a broad term to an extent. Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of a title.
I'm gonna go 3, but that could change in 2 minutes.
Yeah, not exactly. So that's where I'm at. The weakest weapon Monster Hunter.
Okay.
World was trash, cozy. Oh my gosh, can we block people in the chat?
Whoa, don't be another fucking mic, man. I swear I will hang myself, man. I swear to God.
It's the best. I would probably say that's up there too. I bounce between them. Like 4U's fantastic. Anyway,
listen, Cozy still wants Viva Pinata. That's a bad game, but like that's always on the top of her list. So I ain't paying Cozy no mind on this one.
Ham, what are your 3 top favorite action games?
All right, this is going to be kind of a clump on the first one. So GTA and all games similar to it.
Scarface was underrated.
True crime.
So Scarface.
I love
True
Scarface.
crime.
True crime.
The Getaway.
LA Noire?
The early Saints Row. Yeah, LA Noire was cool too. Absolutely.
Agents of Mayhem.
Ew. What? I heard that was kind of trash. Nah, I mean that
that.
3 though. That Crackdown 3 was like the best
and then the second one. And then the second one is gonna be the Halo.
Okay.
And then the third one, you guys are gonna roast me probably for this, but I don't care because I love the game. Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh man.
Wow, if I had time, I would roost it. I would roost your toes off, but I ain't got time.
I ain't judging. I try getting into Ark, man. I just my buddy was trying like, bro, I got to go to school for the game. That's where I'm at with. I was like, man, I cannot.
It just ain't for me.
Yeah. So can I just say this one thing?
Look out for Ark 2.
Like I said, actually, it's such a broad thing. Like I want to revoke my statement. I got to toss Crisis Core on the list. I guess I'll probably drop God of War. I'm sorry. Since I can't decide between the 3.
Really?
I love Crisis Core.
Wow.
I love, bro. I love.
Damn, a PSP game is good, but shit.
Ooh, yeah, man.
Sorry. Like I said, since I can't decide between the God of War.
I thought I had a wild take.
I'm sorry, y'all. Like I'm looking forward
my
to
shit.
that.
It was not wild compared to that.
Compared to that,
you got the what the fuck comment of the year.
Oh my gosh. Hey man, look, I believe because they had a weird 100% mission throughout the mission. I love that game. Okay, people probably gonna ban me and everything, but no, I love Crisis Core. It was. If I wouldn't,
nobody's gonna ban you. We get you canceled, but we ain't gonna ban you.
It is good, but it's not.
Hey, this is off the moment. This is off the spur. So probably like 5 days later, I'm like, damn, I hate what I said, but it's on record now.
All right, let me do this because I want to get to everybody else's and that stuff, and then I want to find out what everybody's been playing. Llouck, what are your 3 top favorite?
MGS4.
That was my second favorite Metal Gear. Doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah. It rounded up the whole thing perfectly.
I fucking kept checking my TV because at the start of that game I thought my TV was fucked up because it kept changing the goddamn channels. I had no idea that was the game. I thought someone was fucking with me from the next door.
Yeah. Just a quick reminder that Kojima is a genius. Anyway. MGS4, Doom 2016, and fuck it, Ghost of Tsushima.
Good one.
Goat of Tsushima.
It's a good one.
I thought he was gonna say Death Stranding.
You say goat, I just think of
oh my god! If you would have said Death Stranding, I would have found a way to eject you from the podcast.
No, I won't have that. Death Stranding will not be fucking slacked on this show.
I still haven't
Yeah, I'm sorry,
I
but
bought the game day
Nah,
one, and I still
minute.
haven't played it.
Not having it.
No
I was-
slander on Death
I'll just
Stranding
talk over
here.
you.
since it's you, cuz I'm a chill. I'm a chill. This is you.
Retro, what are your 3 favorite?
Action games, as in overall, because
Yes.
it was
so broad.
right. Okay, so Gears of War, the first 3, my favorite series, number 1 probably for action.
This is one
Is Uncharted. Second is Uncharted, and the third is Metal Gear.
Those are excellent games.
Yeah, that's cool.
Resident Evil 4 just missed my list too. I'm gonna buy that for the less than 10 times, more than 7.
I mean, Resident Evil 4, that remake is looking pretty good. Like
I've beaten that game like
Yeah,
42 goddamn times.
Oh man.
Hey, I only had like 3 games with me when I was overseas, and yeah.
Let's see here. You know what? We got okay, this actually works out good. We got 15 minutes. So all right,
man,
so
can I
what I want to
expand
do
on
is start with Bushido, your 3 favorite action games, and then what I want to do is what have you been playing lately too? So what are your 3 favorite, Bushido?
My 3 would be Mass Effect series, God of War 2018. I want to say Uncharted, but as a series as a whole, I actually liked the
You gotta say Red Dead.
No. That's a great game though. That's actually a great game. I actually feel like I should take that answer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that answer now. Never mind. yeah, I'm gonna steal that one. Yeah.
Also, Bushido cheating. He's choosing the whole series of Mass Effect. Come on.
Hey, somebody else chose the series too. Somebody else chose the series too. I'm not gonna put him out
I
there.
did.
Yeah, but he's not the only one either. He's not the only one
I
either.
chose damn near a genre.
What did you pick, Em?
I picked Grand Theft Auto and all games alike. So from 3, pretty much all Grand Theft Auto type games. All pretty much all Grand Theft Auto type games between 3 and San Andreas were
That's where he
just
threw Ages of Mayhem
insane.
in there. Yeah.
San Andreas. That's why I'm just like 3 is such a low number because I could start thinking of so many other games I could put on the list, but yeah.
It is, yeah.
You're never going to see another prototype? That's the question.
I would love to. With a retooled mechanics and gameplay.
Yeah.
The premise is great, but I think there were certain things I just didn't like about the game. But the premise I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, I loved it, man.
And what was the other thing you said, Doom?
What have you been playing lately?
Oh, Cyberpunk, and a little bit more of Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
The best God of War or Gears of War, by the way, not debatable.
I'm trying to clear like to get this achievement. I usually don't care like that, but there's an achievement for like clearing the map. And every time I get a job, it seems like they give me another one. Every time I'm done one, they give me another one. And I'm like, how many times are you gonna keep giving me jobs?
Yo, The Witcher 3 almost cost me my job because I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do a little side quest and I'm going to go to bed. 7 hours later, the morning's coming up. I was just running an errand and I end up on a fucking quest and I'm like, I got to be at work in an hour and a half and I've done this 6 days in a fucking row.
Wow.
I do it every day. I'd be like, one little side quest and I got to go to bed. I haven't been getting any sleep. 6 hours later. I overestimated that this will only take a half hour. Fucking my ass. Ends up a whole goddamn game.
No. I hear him there.
I
hear him there. I played Scorn for an hour and I was like, I'm done. I need to stop this stream. And I was like, hold on, let me get to the next checkpoint. I look up, it's been 4 fucking hours that I was streaming.
No, but it's like in The Witcher, you'll be like, oh, go give this item to this person or whatever. And the next thing you know, you're fucking off and you know what I mean? It just chains into another thing and you're on a whole goddamn adventure. And
The Witcher is way more addicting, that's for sure.
Yeah, I ran on like 2 hours of sleep for like 3 months. I was a fucking walking zombie.
Good Lord.
I did it every night.
Yo,
My kids
snoring?
got neglected.
I mean, you ever be so tired when you're playing a game that you're enjoying yourself, but you're like looking at the TV angry because you're trying to keep your eyes open?
Yeah,
Yes.
especially when I see the sun and I'm like, fuck, I'm supposed to be getting
I did
up.
that this week. Yes. I actually fell asleep with the controller in my hand. So
It happens, man.
That's just age, bro. That's just age.
yes, I'm about to say that's age right there. Yeah. Absolutely.
Bushido, don't feel bad. I sometimes fall asleep with the PlayStation 2 still running in Need for Speed, just sitting at the menu screen, just doing its thing. Like, so there have been times where I've just literally, like, had like Need for Speed High Stakes playing, which I have been playing that lately, and then just suddenly, no reason at all, I just fall asleep, and it's just like, oops, and then I wake up with the game still running. Like, how long? What?
I don't know why.
happened?
That's the best sleep, though. I have to admit, that is just the absolute best sleep. Like when you wake up, you kind of mad you woke up. You're like, dang, man, if I would have kept going, I'd have felt a little bit better. But man, I done broke sleep. Now I'm awake. Now you mad because you broke the good sleep.
Retro, what have you been playing lately?
A couple of different things. Little game called Gran Turismo 7. Don't know if you heard of it. I've been playing that. So I've been playing a little bit of that. I've been kind of running through The Last of Us Part 1, slowly but surely.
Don't you got like 400 hours in that already?
What? Gran
Turismo.
Gran Turismo. It's 500 and something.
Jesus Christ, it's only been out a few months.
Listen, Gran Turismo's life, man. I told you
I got
before.
like 170 and I play every day.
Well, I don't play every day, but when I do play, I play for hours, man.
I just do my dailies every day.
I love it. But yeah, so I've been playing that, been playing Last of Us. I've been playing a little indie game called Anno Mutasium.
One of the best games of the year. Love it.
Bro, it's brilliant, man.
It's fucking amazing. I didn't really like it at first, but once it starts to open up and the combat, it's like, fucking, this is awesome. Yeah. I'm not a pixel type guy, but that game is fucking amazing.
Yeah, the art's so crazy. So the way it is, it's the characters are like pixel art. The world around them is 3D, and then so sometimes it's a 2D shooter slash
the
slasher.
Combat is phenomenal.
Yeah, and like 3D to explore the towns and stuff. It's unique. It's quite fun.
I don't know how far you are, but you really get a lot more abilities and stuff, and the combat just gets really. It was really boring at first because you couldn't do much, and you're talking to people a lot, and then once you start getting into the game, you just start kicking ass all the time, and you get more options and weapons, and you just hit a point in that game where like this fucking rocks, man.
It is. It's very good. I would recommend it.
Llouck, what have you been playing lately?
Barely been playing, like I said at the beginning of the show, but I still progress about 1 or 2 months on Football Manager every day.
Oh Christ!
What team you follow, man?
You talking Madden? You talking Madden?
No, clearly he's not. He said football, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Madden.
So why would you think
this? We're not doing this.
Why would you think American rugby? Why would you think American rugby when he says football?
we don't have rugby in America.
I love it. American rugby.
Bro.
That one is sticking.
American padded rugby, sorry. American padded rugby, right? You don't even really kick the ball, so why do you call it football? You run the ball in your hands.
Hey, listen. I didn't come up with the name. Even I said the same thing. But they do kick the ball. You rubbed it from the people that invented the sport. That's what you did.
Plus, that's what you get for them fucking taxes.
It's not American rugby. It's not violent enough. It's not violent enough. Rugby is actually more violent than the American version of football.
Yeah, there is no fucking.
That's why I said padded rugby.
Violent logo or something.
I guess if we were calling it the child's version of rugby, then sure. I guess I can let the child's version of rugby slide.
I'm sorry, B. I got into my feelings there. I apologize.
That's okay. No, you interrupted Llouck, so.
Whatever. Retro, to answer your question. Retro, to answer
Yeah.
your question, I support Man United, but because of the whole Greenwood thing, I can't in good conscience like manage them. So I started in Palmeiras in Brazil, and now I'm at Real Madrid.
I mean, that's a fair enough reason to swap teams, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I'll
not-
go back to
I'm
Man United next one in the next year because I want to deal with Greenwood. But right now,
Yeah.
no.
I'm not really sure what team I would prefer. I kind of usually like either, at least for football manager, and I'm talking about the correct football, not the American padded child's rugby thing. Either South
Love this
Korea,
podcast. Love it.
Spain,
Hey,
Mexico,
Jim,
or Peru. What?
kissing up to Llouck gets you absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing in this world. I'm just letting you know, you put a lot of effort into that, and I'm just.
I will feature
Yeah.
Jim's comments in my next IGN article. That's all I'm saying. There's no money, but I'm just saying.
He says no money, but
No, I already got enough ass kissing I got to do for work. So sorry. You'll have to take a number on that respect.
You seem like you're not tired of it though, so I just wanted to make sure that let you know what you was.
Are you wanting to get in line to enjoy the festivities, or
no, thank you, no thanks.
Are you practicing on that mic?
No.
What, man?
All right. Hold on here. Let me get everybody else's stuff here, and then we got to get to the outros and that stuff. But Ham,
All right, then. Keep your cocks on.
you have actually they're off right now. Ham, what have you been playing lately?
Oh, we're finally done talking about kick and run. Finally done talking about that.
Yo, I
Lame-ass
tried watching
sport.
soccer one time. It took like 45 minutes to get past midfield. I was like, this is like watching senior citizen porn.
What was that? You just used that made up word?
Oh.
What was that made up word you just used there?
He said he wanted the heat.
Nelson probably watches baseball.
I don't anymore. I don't watch
Cricket.
sports anymore. I just play video games
He's a
all day.
cricket fan, I can tell.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed sports tend to not be violent enough anymore.
Yeah. You can tell.
I don't know. You guys out east have a good way of making something so boring sound so interesting. Anyways, as for what I've been playing as of lately, definitely not at kickball, but I beat Scorn. I've been playing Blitz the League 2. Also been playing what else was that? Oh yeah, okay. Plague Tale Requiem. I'm at chapter 12 in that game. I want to say I'm almost done with that joint, and I think that's pretty much it. I know there's another 360 game I've been playing. I played some Backbreaker. That was kind of fun.
Oh shit! Yeah,
that's about it. Oh yeah, Midnight Club Dub Edition. I've been playing that too.
Oh my god, the best racing game ever made.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh,
that one Burnout.
Yo, that was the
Burnout
last
Revenge.
arcade game. After Midnight Club stopped, I like arcade games are just not the same for me anymore.
I agree.
They're not.
I'm like, yo, if Forza Horizon starts like changing their style to Midnight Club, I'll fucking buy it day one. I miss that shit. I want to see the lights going by. Fucking just got it like you're going through light speed.
Aren't they like doing something with Los Angeles again for Midnight Club? I thought they were.
That came out. That was one of the first games I got for PS3. Ain't shit come out after that.
Triple.
They stopped making all games. Everything's fucking Grand Theft Auto now.
Yeah. So I've been playing Scorn as well. Lovely game it is. Also playing a lot of Destiny in the Crucible, having my days of being the top player, then playing like utter trash, like I can't aim worth crap. So that's been fun. On and off with Slay the Spire. Really love the game when I jump in and out. So, and I also started up Far Cry 3 again because I reminded myself I still never beat the game, so I downloaded it and jumped in for a bit, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. You know the definition of insanity.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nelson, Nelson, what are you playing?
I'm not playing anything right now because I get distracted. Arkham Knights and The Ascent, Gran Turismo. Those are my most recent.
Okay. Jim?
The Ascent sucks. The Ascent sucks.
No, it doesn't. Watch your goddamn mouth.
Yeah, it does.
The best Xbox game in 10 years.
Listen, 30 years.
Wow.
30 hours. Over 30 hours of work for my armor and everything else, and the game decides to delete it on me for no reason. It keeps my level. It keeps one of my guns, but everything else, it just stripped me of for no reason. I was left naked, man, at this title screen.
You know what you probably did? Because I did this. I was playing with a guy. He said he saw me on the stream. I'm like, you got me fucked up with somebody else. You didn't see me on no stream. But he added me. We ended up playing. I put like 8 or 10 hours into it. And I put like 20 on Xbox too. But my partner bailed on me. But my buddy got it. And we started out. And to go back to the beginning of the game, said, do you want to start a new character or whatever?
Nah, I didn't do that. It was my character.
It deleted all my shit and started me over. I was like, motherfucker. How many times am I going to replay the beginning of this game?
Hey, can we let the guys finish their outros?
Yeah, Jim, what have you been playing in that stuff? And then we'll get to the outros in that.
A little bit of Mass Effect. I've been, doing a lot of work on our game, so I haven't really been putting too much time into games. Well, okay, semantics. Playing games, but working on trying to sort out all the coding stuff and find extra coders to help us out. Other than that, as far as my outro goes, Jim74656 on the Twitters, the bird app that tends to take a shit every day. I'm there. I'm here. Smash the like button if you hadn't already done so.
I appreciate that. Nelson, where can everybody find you?
Nelson Gaming 12 on PlayStation and Twitter. On Xbox, it's Nelson Gaming 778. And that's about all you need to know about me.
Okay.
And Final Fantasy 16 looks fire, and Silent Hill looks booty cheeks. Booty cheeks.
Triple, how about you? Where can everybody find you?
Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Triple Combo Gaming. That's about it. Yeah. I'm on Earth as well. So yeah.
Okay. Ham, promote everything that you need to promote there. Tell everybody where they can find you in that.
Yeah, bro. So y'all can all find me on Twitter at Hamsolo 05 But then you can also find me on my YouTube channel with Llouck and Cozy Beluga whenever she slides through. But yeah, you can find me there at TSWS Gaming on YouTube. We do 3 shows a week. I do 2 Behind Them Stick shows where I talk to various people all around the world about gaming, and then
Jim Ryan
sure. And then on Fridays we do bullsitting with me, Llouck, and Cozy. Really fun show, goofy. I haven't seen Cozy do nothing crazy on the show lately, which is probably good. But
I enjoyed that though when she used to.
Oh my goodness, that was out of pocket with those pig's feet. That was too much.
Yeah, man. But I couldn't
shit
turn
work
away
for you,
from it.
Bushido?
I couldn't turn away from it. I couldn't turn away from it though. I have to admit, I couldn't turn away from it.
The people have spoken.
Oh my God, Logan's gonna be the person to coerce her into doing something that she should not be doing.
Bro, I already spoke to HR. I'm not coercing anyone.
He said I already spoke to HR.
Llouck, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Doom, real quick. Did you see my kids' suits? The Spider-Man?
No.
You did? I'll send you that. My kids picked up their own costumes. They're going as Miles and Peter.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they've been wearing it all goddamn week. I'd like
Dude
them to
must
wear
want his
regular
wife to
clothes.
go upside his head.
No, they ordered it themselves. They found out how to use Alexa.
No. Doom is going overtime, and so I'm saying he must want his wife to go upside his head or come in here and interrupt the show.
Yeah. I hear you.
She was like, Doom.
Can you go a little bit higher? Go a little bit higher. Exactly. No. Actually, go a little bit lower. Llouck, tell everybody where they can find you at.
It's LLOUCK 7 on Twitter, Facebook. If anyone uses that shit, Xbox, PlayStation. And TSWS Gaming. Like and subscribe to this pod if you had a good time in the Doomslayers Den episode 50. That's pretty much it.
Thank you for
Cheers.
that. Retro, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you find me on Twitter, XTSX Retro. If you want to add me on PSN or Xbox, my shit's bio, man. You can look for it.
I will make sure to have everybody's link, especially Ham and Llouck's information with their YouTube channel, their Twitters, everything else. Llouck, if you can you please
keep that COVID to yourself, bro.
Don't worry. I know I did not forget you. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget this. Llouck, I need your Patreon information. So I can put that into the description and that stuff. Because I remember I sat there and said, how can I super chat? And you said about donating to the Patreon. DM me that so I can go ahead and put that into the description and that stuff. So
that's wasted
I want to
money.
make sure you guys get, your stuff. Like Bushido, he's on 500, podcast a week. I don't know how he gets any time to game when he's it's like
I see Bushido more than my wife.
Wow. Okay.
So, but yeah, just give me all that information. Just DM it to me, and I want to throw it into the description and that stuff. So, Bushido, tell everybody every single podcast you are on besides this show.
I thought you wanted to get out of here soon.
I am on the KY Bob show on Wednesday at 9:00, which is Game Set Live, and I'm on the Spooky Sprocket show, which is called the Backlog Bastards, which starts at 8. So I'm kind of like splitting time between both. So it's like 8, and then 9:00 I jump over to, the KY Bobby show, and then this show, and that's it. And you can find me on the Twitters, the Xboxes, and all this other stuff, Miss Bushido and 7.
Hopefully Dealer gets you on his show. I know he was supposed to have you a couple weeks ago, but then
they wound up canceling. Yep.
So hopefully
I was kind of glad. I was kind of relieved. I was really nervous.
Why?
Because it's like the biggest stage. I could BS over here because nobody watching, and over at KY Bob's and Spookies, you know what I mean? But like there, you got like 1,500 people watching, man. I don't know.
I don't know, man. You're gonna go over there. We're gonna be, you X spot now. They coming after our channel. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be a great way to grow the channel. You get that hate click. So, I support
that exposure.
Yeah,
get that exposure,
you, bro. Yeah, there you go. I'm rooting for you.
You better be saying all the foulest stuff that you can say.
Yes.
Just don't talk bad about me on the show if you do.
No, you ain't gotta worry about that. But I'm gonna give a shout out to Llouck while I'm there. So,
dude. It's low.
I'm sorry. I said it again. I'm so sorry.
So disrespectful.
I can't believe I keep doing that. I just apologize. When is an apology not enough?
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Let me do my little pluggies here and that stuff. Next week, this is not going.
Oh my,
Bushido happy. Dark Optimus is here next week.
Who?
He canceled because he ran into a problem, and then he got back to me. So next week, we have Dark Animus.
I don't even know why he has me blocked.
Sounds like a new horror IP.
Yes, you blocked.
Yes.
Sounds like a question for you to ask next week.
Wait. I'm definitely watching. If I'm not welcome next week's panel, I just want to watch.
Luke, you're
Seriously.
always welcome.
No, he's not welcome. No.
What's his ed?
Yo, dude, you forget this is a group vote thing. You can't just be throwing your dick about like that.
I like
Okay,
this
I'll
guy.
let
Who's
the
this
group
guy that
speak.
got Cheeto blocked? Ed who? What's his ed? For real.
Let me
What's
get this
his
done
at?
so I can get the hell out of here and that stuff because I got to download all this stuff and because now on Spotify and actually Anchor, I record all this stuff and then I just go ahead and pop the video out over to Spotify. So now you can actually watch the video. So, but next week, yes, Dark Optimus is on. Then Saturday we have William Aguilar coming on with Retro, myself, David. We'll be going over some whatever finance and acquisitions and all that kind of stuff and whatever. And then next Sunday, the Order of Disorder is back for a special that we are going to have on UFOs. Mr. Dank Nate is going to be there. Jim, of course, Jim's going to be there. Can only imagine what is going to come out of Wise's mouth that day. And Jim's buddy, Reverend Richard, I think it is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to have to get a hold of him, DM him that stuff. I'll DM him, so we'll get everything taken care of.
I talk to him on a nightly basis, so is there anything you want me to pass to him or let him know? Because I'll be talking to him tonight.
Make sure to get ready for next Sunday and that stuff. I'll give him the...
he don't need time. He just needs a place to talk, and he will just offload all the information you need.
UFOs, you know, those things you see when you're drunk and you don't remember what the hell you did last night, but your butthole hurts. So you got to make something up.
It happens.
This is the last thing I want to put out there. If anybody is interested, I have another channel. It's called initially
Mosquitoes and aliens, so there's a spoiler for the show.
But tomorrow, I'm going to the rest of the videos. It's actually one video and then getting pictures. If you liked the what was your best action game tonight, Darth and I discuss our 10 favorite games that we've played all time. I
can't even do that. You got to break it up by generation or something.
Well, I'm breaking it up into 2 videos because it's almost 2 hours. So, but I'm going to get that set up. We have Lego Seinfeld. We're going to have a video on that. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Return to New York. So
how come you got so much time to work on that channel, but our podcast are just languishing in the background?
Basically,
what's all that about? Have you got a new favorite? Is that what it is? You're bored of these old toys? Now you got a new favorite toy.
Wait. I'm taking all the gaming that I've done in the last 2 months.
Why?
And
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that on your toy show for?
He's trying to explain it to you.
Listen, you stay out of it, all right? We don't need no PCMR, dude. Putting his fucking GPU in. All right?
That's going to do it for us.
Dude, answer me, man. Don't just leave me hanging. Like, why are we second class now compared to this new channel of yours?
I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Heartbreaking to watch, man. And if you're not even to acknowledge it, man, it crushes me. I just want to go to bed and
make time for all the shows and that stuff. So, but everybody say good night and that stuff. I'm going to answer retro after this, but that's going to do it for us tonight, man.
I'm just pulling your leg, man, like the Crocs.
Everybody have a great night. Thank you to the chat, and also thank you to the guests, Luke, and Nelson. Thank you guys for coming on and that stuff. But everybody have a great night and a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.